Goldie, we have 2 hours and 25 minutes. 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Are you going to leave or are you going to stick around?
I'm going to stick around.
So you know what? Here's the thing though. I do have another interview at 8. So the deadline at 8 p.m. Eastern is also when I have to go live with Chris Cuomo. Wait, what news agency is that? I think that's Newsmax. With Cuomo. Wait. Which media outlet is Cuomo? Cuomo News. Wait, who's Cuomo with? I forget. News Nation. So I'm going, yeah, sorry guys. So that's really big. News Nation. So right at 8 p.m. I'm going live on News Nation. I mean, I'll see if I can try to find a live link. If I can't, I'm gonna have to share my screen again. And Armin, you're gonna have to do the same thing with the sound, if you can.
Yes.
But that's really, really big. So I appreciate that. I was, you know what, I was feeling a little bit spicy today. I actually trolled the wait, what's this area
No,
code?
you didn't.
Wait, let me see. Hello? Hello? May I ask who's speaking? Oh, hello. How are you?
Guys, did Goldie rickroll Fox News? She was like, I trolled. She rickrolled them. I mean, Goldie rickrolled Fox News. Oh no, Goldie, you're losing control. You need to stop. Stop rickrolling everyone. Okay, it's like I can't help it. It's becoming a problem now. Yes. Goldie is now addicted to rickrolling people. Like, oh my god. Hold on. How much time do we have? Oh, guys, did you see Mark Levin posted something? I want to share that. Hold on. It was big. It was big. It was big. It's such a big sign, I think, in my opinion, as well. Where is it? I can't. I hope I can find it. You guys know what I'm talking about? Said something saying the Shah was right. Levin Shah. Hopefully, I could find it. Oh, I found it. Look at this. Have you guys seen this? Mark Levin posted this. The Shah was right. Guys,
sites were hit overnight, but oil facilities were not targeted. Iranian media are reporting little damage. Our Natasha Bertrand is in Washington. So, Natasha, let's start then with these strikes on Karg Island, because I'll speak.
Check. Check, check, 1, 2. Check. Check, 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 check. Funky though. Using the. That's what was loud. I was like, what in the world is killing me? Check, check, 1, 2. No way. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. Here's it. Echo. So you can hear me. That's good. This is stupid. I'm telling you, it's something. Hello. Hello.
On the moon, of course, we're going to be taking some food with us.
That's right. This is how to eat in space. Here we are in what we call our food lab at NASA Johnson Space Center. We come in here quite often to sample space food. The neat thing about the food selection is it is so diverse. Different entrees that you wouldn't imagine can be rehydrated and actually good in space are completely fair game. And it's pretty awesome.
We came in for Artemis to do this. We got about halfway through the first session and we're like, we're not really sure we're gonna have time on board to warm this stuff up. We talked a lot about day one. It's a long day. It's hours before we even leave the launch pad on our way to space. And then when we get to space, we have a lot of important events that day. We just did a sim yesterday where lunch is scheduled. It's
midday meal.
Yeah, midday meal for all four of us. And so those would be great moments, I think, in our mission to have prep some food and sit down or float as a crew and just have a joint meal.
For sure.
I think that'd be fun.
My name is Xulei Wu. I'm the food system manager for ISS and Artemis. The food lab at Johnson Space Center, that's where we make and package most of the space food, and also where we will be making all the food for the Artemis missions. Food is a big part for our crew members. They provide the nutrition, the calorie, micronutrient for crew members, but also boosting crew morale. It's very important. There is always a lot of steps, very strict steps for us to follow to making sure the food we provide are consistent and meet all the food safety, nutritional requirements, and most important, also need to taste good. The other strategy is always promote the variety, because everybody's
the hell that stuff I had? I ate fucking a hamburger and a
the more
tube.
variety we can have,
The hell is
the
they
better
eating?
to meet the needs of the astronaut group.
They bring out these little tiny samples of each food, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought we were having lunch. And then by the end, there's so many space foods, and every time you leave, you're like, I am so full.
I'm so full, I'm in pain.
And you just rate them like, I love this, I don't want to eat it, I'd eat it if you tell me I need it. Because what the food lab does is they take all your preferences, but they're also like good parents and they're like, you need a well-balanced diet.
Exactly. They were like, no, you can't have mac and cheese every day, Christina. Sorry.
The hell?
I'm Wyeth McKinley. I'm a flight controller and a crew instructor for Artemis 2. We're here at the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility at Johnson Space Center. We're inside the Orion mock-up where we perform crew training for the Artemis 2 mission. On the Orion vehicle, crew is able to heat up their food using our briefcase-style food warmer. The food is held in contact with the central heater plate by these springs so they can warm up and they can have a delicious meal. Much of the food and drink that's on Orion is rehydratable. And so crew at our potable water dispenser will fill up their food and drink, and then at that point, you go ahead and pop it into your food warmer.
I'm kind of envisioning there's maybe one person putting the stuff in and out.
At Matthew Filty 3340 super chatted $5. Why no questions for the Moonanites? Ignite and Air. Happy Tuesday, Andy and chat.
Getting it ready, so it has
Who are the
time to warm up.
Moonanites?
We'll see.
Eating together really resonates with me. I think it's just a human thing to break
I
bread
don't know how that
together
is, but
and
thank you.
to enjoy that necessary thing you have to do, the thing you should be grateful for. And so doing that as a group, as a family, has always been meaningful for me.
Absolutely. It represents togetherness and something a little out of the ordinary in your life. But if you are sharing a meal, especially if you're sharing breakfast, lunch, and dinner with
Camping trip. Thank you again, Matthew.
Go ahead.
Down and to the left, line 17, the DAP load is 3 for burn maneuver.
Here we go. Action time, boys.
Go ahead.
In the guidance solutions section, the Delta V tote now 1.4 feet per
Damn,
second.
Bell.
The TIGO is unchanged
gonna be a
at 1.5
deal.
seconds.
Good. Go ahead.
15
Attitude, yaw, 1
day
5,
ceasefire.
4.
What?
Pitch,
15-day
2,
ceasefire. You heard it here first.
roll,
Developing
2,
hearsay.
8, 7.
Developing hearsay. 15-day ceasefire.
Copy. Go ahead.
And the last bit's the Delta V X minus 1.
Steve says no way. Deal.
Y 0.6, Z minus 0.6.
Iran says no deal, no deal. 15-day ceasefire.
Thanks for that clear read up, and we see that our next step is to run 2-level targeter.
See what Trump does.
We concur. We'll be watching. And just a reminder that we're not pressurizing the tanks before this burn, so we're going to do it in blowdown.
Hearsay, I deal with hearsay every day.
Copy blowdown, and understand we have a go to complete step 9 on board, even though the burn execution steps show it as a skip.
Why not 15 days? Let's end his Iran fraud nuke is... Whoa!
Oh, good catch, Christina.
Can't be
We missed
using
that. That
nukes,
should not
boss.
say skip. We do want you to do step 9 for
Nuke's
intermediate
not a good
targeting.
idea. AK-47 assault rifle.
Copy all. We will do it and chat with you after. Thank you.
Roger.
That was Capcom's Stan Love here in Mission Control Houston, a fellow NASA astronaut.
Trump has accepted
NASA's Christina Cook aboard
hearsay.
the Orion spacecraft.
2-week ceasefire. 2-week ceasefire.
The crew aboard the spacecraft is
Developing hearsay. 2-week
return
ceasefire. 2-week
trajectory
ceasefire.
correction burn. It's the first of these return trajectory correction burns, reported to be at 1.4 foot per second delta V burn.
We'll see what happens in 2 hours.
Again, we are expecting that return trajectory correction burn tonight around 7:03 p.m. Central Time.
We got 2 hours to find out
Small
what
return
happened.
trajectory correction burns.
Integrity with that. If you wouldn't mind just giving the rest of the burn execution steps a once-over, we think they all look nominal from here on out, but
We'll
we
see if
feel
it's
better.
true or not. We'll see if it's
Let
true
us
or
know
not
if
in the
you
next
see any other
15 or
delta.
20
Thank
minutes.
you.
People will start breaking the news if it's true or not.
We will run an additional check and call if we find any other problems.
I don't need no stinking stores. I go off hearsay around here, brother.
Perfect, thanks.
We'll see what happens. Are we gonna go bridge hunting? Pew pew pew. Two minutes,
Such a
2 hours,
fantastic
2
view
hours.
coming from a solar array camera on Orion, looking back at all of us here on Earth. Currently, the spacecraft is 227,756 miles away from our home planet. Orion is now 49,168 miles away from the moon. Earlier today, the spacecraft exited the lunar sphere of influence. That's when the pull of gravity is strongest on the spacecraft.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat, folks. Less than 2 hours. Everyone's concerned.
This is like in the movie of Final Destination. The raptor is here, guys. The rough trade's here, guys.
You guys still listen to bullshit music? Are you guys excited or what? 2 hours, and we find out whatever happens.
And Integrity Houston, for Christina, we have double-checked all of the steps in the pad for the execution, and we found no more mistakes.
Oh, thank God.
You guys rock. Thanks.
And Christina, while we've got you, we have increased the fan speed, and we're wondering if you want us to keep it at this level for the next exercise session.
We feel it, and yes, please.
We will do that. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
2 minutes and 1 hour, 56 minutes. Oh my gosh. How are they going to make a 2-week ceasefire and open the Strait of Hormuz? I don't see how it's possible.
Tactical nuke incoming!
You guys about to get blown to smithereens in Beirut and listen to these musics. What's going on in LA, bro?
1-38. Go ahead. He ran out the back door of that boutique, that little clothing boutique off of West, and then he ran south in their rear alley area. Let me see if I can get a address.
So it sounds like the helicopter.
No time to call. I don't think we're gonna have time to check it now, but we'll check it eventually.
Yeah, sounds like the helicopter rewinded their video footage, and sounds like they might have a little bit of a different address.
Prison 1 to 8 Mary 03. You and me and all the 8 Mary units are going to go to Channel 6.
And big shout out to Fresno PD's new helicopter. They just got a new helicopter. It's badass. I've seen a few videos of it. Big shout out to them.
Prison 1 to all the 8 Mary units and 5 Mary units if you can switch to Channel 6.
As a pilot, I love it. Airplanes and helicopters.
Not finding anything. Let me check the black zone. One call in the ARP to confirm.
We'll see if it's a confirmed ceasefire. We'll see if there's a confirmed. I'm seeing a confirmed ceasefire for 2 weeks,
The suspect's
NorCal.
vehicle is behind me, apparently.
Well, no. NorCal says no deal. Iran says go screw themselves. What the?
I guess he ran from his vehicle. He took off. And then he went over here. I think he was going to this auto store right here.
We'll see. In less than 2 hours.
Yeah, I think he was going to this auto store right here. Like this auto repair shop.
We need a hero.
Yeah, I don't know if it's stolen. I mean, I think it was, it was registered to him. Oh, they switched. Thank you. I appreciate it, Pops. Hee hee hee.
Deal with his crappy tunes. Or see where we're at here. Any more breaking news or any hearsay?
This is the Artemis Flight Control Room at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Current flight director is Jeff Radigan, leading all of the teams around the room, monitoring Orion's systems.
Oh, developing hearsay.
This is Flight Day 7, following launch on April 1st of Orion atop the Space Center in Florida.
They say CBS News reports a ceasefire is being negotiated with Iran, according to Pakistani
looking back
sources.
at all of us on Earth, or should I say,
Wow,
to
who
all
said
of us
that?
on Earth,
You
as
think
that is where the
CBS News
spacecraft is
watches
headed
me or
following
what?
yesterday's lunar flyby.
Do you think CBS News got their information from me, boys? Fake news? CBS knows Dick? Oh shit, these are Dove chocolates. I didn't know that. I'm about to pop some of these in my mouth. Artemis, are you okay? No shit. Andy's eating a bunch of chocolates. Dove chocolates? What the? Say it often. Dove.
But I mean, who knows? We might get something pretty soon. Cool. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. I didn't give a shout out. I was kind of preoccupied, but thank you so much.
They're saying the Pakistani dude's a setup, boys.
So I do want to check this real quick. Don't worry, I'm not going to go.
Samantha just sucked the bed.
They're trying to ask for another 2 weeks. Ain't gonna happen. What? 2 weeks? Who said that? I've heard.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Integrity Houston for the timeline.
I'm gonna come. Bong, bong, ding, 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 bong. Bong, bong, ding, 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 bong.
Whoa, there's some chocolates, boy. Better put those away. I had 2. The Pakistani PM asks the motherfucker, the Iran, to open the strait for 2 weeks. The best one to use? Let's see. Yep.
Integrity Houston for timeline.
Never thought about doing. We can do this too, though, huh? Add window. Add browser. Do that. Oh, it's not browser. Delete. Add. How do we do it? Window. There's a Strait of Hormuz currently. In real time, I suppose. You guys think about that?
We're live in Artemis Mission Control, and you are looking at a live view of the Earth from the Orion spacecraft. We are now 5 days, 23 hours, and 39 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission, the first flight of humans aboard Orion. The crew aboard the spacecraft has been working on the targeting plan for the upcoming RTC-1 burn. That's Return Trajectory Correction 1, a fine-tuning maneuver to keep us on a straight and narrow path on the way to the Pacific Ocean.
Come on, you know we have to throw some Phil Collins in there.
Phil Collins?
I'm only playing legends tonight, guys.
Jesus.
Planetary Houston, voice check. Orion Earth 1. We have you the same. Did you hear 2 earlier calls for a timeline about 3 minutes ago?
What? Just say no, bro. Just say no.
Negative. Go ahead, those calls again.
Okay. We had just tried to get your attention for some timeline things. It looks like there was some uplink going on elsewhere in the system. We're going to chase that down. For the timeline, can you please give us a status on the RHC install and the docking cam install?
Yeah, we're just processing the docking cam install right this moment. Probably be another 2 minutes before it's up. And we're assuming we need to disregard that. And then the RC, we knew it was in the procedure earlier. It's prepped, not quite up yet, but it's in position. So we're good with the RHC.
If you're happy, we're happy, and copy the docking cam. Next, at the end of your midday meal, we've got a scheduled flight director crew conference. The vehicle looks great. We don't think we need that conference, and if you agree, we can cancel.
Okay, crew's good up here. We can go ahead and cancel that.
All right, and finally, we saw your intermediate targeting complete successfully, and solution looks good from here.
Okay, we concur, Stan. Appreciate it.
Good job, David.
That's it for now. Enjoy your lunch.
We most certainly will enjoy this very rare lunch out in deep space.
Deep space, by the way. Trump tacoed again? Dude, if there's a freaking 2-week ceasefire, Captain would be pissed. Really, Dixon?
Están saliendo el día de hoy por lo sucedido, por lo que el presidente Donald Trump posteó en su red social de que iba a desaparecer una civilización completa. Entonces están llamando
Go blue, big baller. You know what time it is.
para repudiar lo que él está tratando de decir, ese mensaje que está, pues bueno, queriendo amenazar nuevamente a esta civilización, a esta nación. Entonces por eso el día de hoy salieron estas personas a ejercer su derecho constitucional que les brinda la primera enmienda de este país.
Okay, Houston, you can go ahead and check the docking tunnel, making sure you're seeing everything you expect in the camera.
Copy, we'll take a look.
We're taking a look, chat. This is exciting.
We are live in the Artemis Mission Control Room here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, with a mission elapsed time of 5 days, 23 hours, and 45 minutes into the flight of Orion on Artemis 2, the first flight of humans aboard the Orion spacecraft. We just heard some calls while the teams are planning for the upcoming return trajectory correction burn, and the crew has been given a go to get into their midday meal. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, I am joined by Trey Perryman. He is the Orion Mission Evaluation Room lead. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Leah.
Tell me a little bit about you and your role.
Sure. During this mission, I am
I'm called the
Every
Orion
bridge, every
MER
power
lead,
plant.
the Orion Mission Evaluation
15 days
Room
reported by
lead. And
CNN.
so this
Wow,
is a team of
RB.
engineers, a large team of engineers.
CNN's about
who have
20 or 30 minutes
critical
after
role
I
in
said
the
it, but
success
we'll
of this
see.
mission. We are responsible for really being the engineering source of knowledge base for the mission. So this is a large team comprised of the engineers who designed, built, assembled this spacecraft, and then processed this with our KSC team members before launch. During the mission itself, we were here
CNN
in
ballsy,
the
CNN fake
Mission
news,
Control
fake
Center,
news, fake news.
and we provide that expertise to the operational teams, the flight ops team, the launch team, before we lift it off. And my role is to lead this organization, this team of engineers, and then during the mission, report out the findings, the observations we have to our leadership team, to the mission management team and others.
So what's the configuration like in the MER? Is it consoles like this? Are you staffed 24/7? Can you break that down?
Sure, yeah. So the MER itself is really a combination of different functions across the spacecraft.
Oh shit, Trump Tower, you can't see it though. Wait. Let me refresh it here.
Copy. Acoustic monitor on batteries, and we have checked and are getting good data from the docking camera.
Damn,
Thanks for that work.
Tower's all fudged up. Come back, bro. God.
Trey knows the rules,
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
always
bro.
let the astronauts talk first.
That's very important. I grew up in. I was telling Leah, I grew up in this room here as a flight controller on the space shuttle program and ISS assembly missions, and so I definitely have learned that protocol. So bear with me as I explain this. But up in the MER, this is a collection of focus areas. So we have different, we call them consoles, just like we have in the flight control room here. And these are really representatives of different engineering functions or expertise. And so we have a console, for example, for the power system, for the propulsion systems, flight software, guidance, navigation, control. And so these people are all, they come
Beverly
together
Hills
in
Mansion,
this
bro. Look at that
one
shit.
place.
Yeah, that's a big ass
and they're
house.
comprised of different organizations. So
That's
NASA,
a big ass house,
the
boy.
ESA, the European Space Agency, and our contractors, Lockheed Martin and the
Whoever
Airbus
owns that house is
company.
not an
So
astronaut.
we have a blended team of engineers who participated in the development of this spacecraft, and now it's
Holy
execution.
shit.
Well, tell me a little bit about how the MER works with this front room, because I hear calls, on these back loops about checking with the MER on something. So how does what the team does there inform what the team is doing here?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. In the Artemis
big as
Artemis
hell,
program,
though.
we are really a combination of many teams.
Looks
And
like
so
yours,
the operations
Heather?
team,
What?
the flight control team here, and then
You
the
told me
Orion
that.
MER are different teams,
stay
and
in
they
one of
play
your
a unique
rooms.
and separate
Wouldn't
role.
even know I
So
was
the
there.
operations team, just to start there, is responsible to execute the mission, and so they fly the spacecraft, they send commands,
That's
they
a
work with the
nice-ass
astronauts
frickin'
and
house.
plan their day and plan the activities on the spacecraft. For the MER team, we're really focused on truly the engineering depth of knowledge, and so we are following the vehicle systems, monitoring the performance of components, of integrated systems together, the whole spacecraft itself, really to understand how the vehicle is performing, understand it against what we were expecting pre-flight, and then to help when there are anomalous conditions. So sometimes there are things that have gone wrong, as others may have noted here for this mission, it's the MER's role to help the ops team through that. So the operators here in the control center will respond to an issue. It'll be the MER's role to find resolution of that issue over time. So they're unique roles, and we talk and compatible, and so we talk with one another through the mission. So our flight controllers here and the MER consoles talk.
Look at that house
regularly
behind it.
every day, all through the shifts, about what's going on.
All
in
the
the spacecraft
freaking houses,
components.
holy crap.
And then our team upstairs is led by MER managers,
Check
so they're
the timer,
responsible for
134,
one shift to the next
134.
in the MER. This MER supports round the clock, and just as the flight director does in this room, and so our MER managers and the flight directors coordinate as required.
Well, let's talk about preparation a little bit. So I know that we participate in sims here in the flight control team. How does the MER prepare for a mission like this?
Right, very similarly. So the MER team, we're different than flight controllers. And so where the flight controllers, this is their bread and butter, operations, is what they do primarily. The engineers in the MER are different. They have a different focus. And so we are responsible for really being the engineering source of knowledge base for the mission. So this is a large team comprised of the engineers who designed, built, assembled this spacecraft, and then
are also very good because they draw upon their day job of designing and understanding, really qualifying the system, testing, evaluating, improving.
Ceasefire confirmed by Trump's team. Who's that?
Our training really begins with what we do outside of the mission, pre-flight, ahead of time, and in understanding this vehicle, defining what the vehicle will need to do during the missions. And so when it came to really put
just
the,
gotta make sure Iran
was really
agreed.
about how do we actually specifically prepare for this mission.
I think we agreed to it.
We began in January of last year, and we formed the team and identified who would be on the team, and then participated in dozens of simulations with the launch team out at KSC, and then also here at Mini Sims with the flight ops team. And so exercising team communication within our own MER team, and also communicating with the flight controllers, communicating with the launch control team. A lot of the simulations we do stress scenarios, which are useful for learning about the systems, but also learning how do we communicate, how do we resolve in a timely manner, how do we understand the condition of the vehicle and make sure that it is ready to continue to fly and successfully return the crew home.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk a little bit about yesterday. So we had Lunar Flyby Day.
Yes.
What was the energy like in the mission evaluation room?
It was a fun day. So, and a day, I think, full of emotions. I think for many who witnessed yesterday, probably around the world, we all shared similar emotions and feelings about the gravity and the momentous occasion that was. When Jeremy was calling down and spoke about those craters, and naming those two specific craters, I don't think there was a dry eye. Silence.
Activity.
Most of the team upstairs, like here, are wearing headsets, but we had a lot of extra visitors. So we had speakers on, but you can just hear very clearly Jeremy coming through the speakers we had up there. Very impactful. And then as we approached Paralone, the altitude of closest approach to the lunar surface, lots of excitement, immense joy as we led up to the Earth set before we went into that eclipse period and loss of signal period. Before launch, the crew members came out and visited the MER and talked with us and gave us patches, those double-sided patches that they decided, where one side is a picture of the Earth with the moon in the distance, and then the other side is different with the moon in close up and then the Earth in the distance. So we did what they had asked us to do. And so at the moment of Paraloon, we all had a little ceremony of or activity of flipping the patches. And so immense joy, excitement. It was pretty fun. And then as we knew we would get signal back as Orion continued to fly
landscaping
on the other side of the moon, and we knew we would get comm back with the Earth.
Water, bro.
Intense focus. Really wanted to make sure, what is that vehicle looking like once we got comm back with them.
But it's better than being
all
all burned up.
We were going through some similar things in both of these rooms.
I'm sure.
When the craters were named, it was a moment of silence in here as well. It was very, very touching. And we also have those double-sided patches, and we got to show those yesterday on the broadcast, and we had our own moment of getting to turn those around. So it was a very fun day here as well, and I'm glad to hear that you had that in the MER too. So now that we're through Lunar Flyby, we're officially on the journey home. How do you feel about the rest of this mission and coming down and coming to splashdown?
Yeah, this mission is not over until we get the crew back. So the MER team has extreme focus right now. There are a lot of things that the crew members are doing themselves in the cabin to prepare for this journey home, and we are also watching the spacecraft, and it's really mindful that we are.
Houston for
I'll wait.
Detector.
I'm looking at it right now, and it looks good. Stan, what's up?
It is showing us a bunch of noise and spikes. We're wondering if something
Later,
is bumping
Triple G.
against it.
We were just setting up.
Oh, look at that pool they got.
A photo in the cabin, but I do not think we have hit it.
Look
so
how private that place is, how big it is.
There is one charging cable near it that she's re-anchoring now, but nothing is really in the way of that thing.
All right, copy, Reed. Actually, that's a helpful report. We might have been getting some interference with that cable. We'll keep an eye on it.
You'll be all right. No one's going to go
We just
fuck
heard a
with
call
Ohio.
from the crew aboard Orion, from the Capcom Stan Love here to the crew aboard Orion about potential signal from the smoke detector, and it may have been interference due to a nearby cable, and the team's going to keep their eye on it, but no alarms here. Trey, we were talking about the journey home now that...
And integrity, we are no longer seeing that noise on the smoke detector, so we're suspecting interference from that cable.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Just what we were hoping to hear. We were talking about the MIR, and now we're on our way home, and the mission is really not over. It's definitely not over until we have the crew back safely. So what's the focus like right there now?
Right. We have a couple of trajectory correction burns coming home, and so the MIR team is looking at systems that would be involved in that and the performance and of those burns to really make sure we're hitting the right
Look at those
interface
freaking
conditions.
houses,
that's really
dude.
where, for this spacecraft, the rubber meets the road in terms of
crap,
recovery and returning
every
home.
house
We
is
need
just
to hit that target
gigantic.
so that the rest of the spacecraft can go through the Earth's atmosphere, open parachutes, and finally successfully splash down. So the MIR team is looking at that.
The name of the area is called
of different missions.
Beverly Crest.
Different anomalous conditions on the spacecraft. I think the crew is doing very hard in the space, working through different things in the spacecraft and their own day, their own schedule. And so we're watching that, but really all eyes towards entry interface.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing them under good main parachutes and splashing down.
Absolutely.
And one last thing, I'm very honored to get to tell this
Here's
story.
one in
but I wanna
Beverly
make sure
Crest.
people know this story goes so far
$135
beyond just
million.
this room and the crew and
50,000 square feet.
Do you have anybody that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, so the MIR team upstairs
$59
in
million.
this building, it has
$80 million.
dozens of people every shift around the clock. But we have other locations. So we have people, I'd like to say hello to the people outside of this building that support the team that I'm responsible for. So we have dozens of people in Denver at a facility Lockheed Martin has. We have dozens of people outside of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, where the European Space Agency has a similar remote site. So for the people who are there, I'd like to say thank you, because we're drawing upon all of the expertise. And that Artemis expertise is really all over, and I
wish I knew what house
this was exactly. That come to my mind, too many to mention here right now, for a specific shout outs. But to be honest, there are moments in this mission that I will look back and realize the successes we had were really because of the many people and the necessity for us to work together and solve those problems together, which is, I think, largely what Artemis is about. It's really about going to the moon, but it's also about doing so together.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. So the work of thousands of people, and now Artemis 2 going for all humanity.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us, Trey, telling us a little bit more about the MIR. And I know you have to get back there, so I appreciate your time here today.
Well, thanks, Leah.
Oh, I can't even tell what house it is because their fucking driveway's too long. Wow. This one appears to be on Zillow currently. $45 million. 2.16 acres. Built in 1938. Rents $176,000 a month. It sold for $40 million in 2017. It might be more than $45 million house. Or not anymore, but I mean, it probably was. Trump just backed down. You think he's scared? What do you mean he backed down? Was I right? Did I call it? Ceasefire? Trump agrees to a 2-week ceasefire. I called it. I broke it here first. What? Fake ceasefire? Yep, Trump wants a 2-week ceasefire. Open the strait, 2-week ceasefire.
Integrity Houston.
That's what he
item
just said.
Number 1 for 12.2.2509. Orbit burn execution plus X flange heaters are on and prop avionics are configured.
Oh,
Okay, we copy, Stan.
And unfortunately, we have seen the spikes return in the signal from the smoke detector. Can you check that the cable is still not near it, and also tell us what cable it was? If that was EMI off of that cable, we definitely need to document this.
Stan, thanks for keeping an eye on that. Nothing is near the smoke detector right now. The only cable that was an unconnected HDMI cable that goes from cameras, to the encoder. We are near it right now, like a couple heads are near it, but other than that, we are not seeing anything that would cause spikes of any kind.
All right, copy. Thanks for that information. We're still scratching our heads down here.
What's work?
Based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America, as President, and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to resolution. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
There it is. Why is I don't want to read it myself? That was from his True Social. Straight from his shoe social, folks. Of course he knew this all along. I told you guys an hour ago. And you got no one wanted to believe me. Why didn't you guys believe me 45 minutes ago when I told you this? Huh? That's crazy. Which house is on fire? An expensive one. I forgot the address.
At Money Actual Super Chat at $19.99. Thanks for being my favorite TV show, Andy. I really enjoy our little tribe. Saluting
you,
Face
Money.
United States.
Let my dog downstairs. I'll be right back. Thank you for the very generous 20. Come on, baby girl. Thank you very much, Money. That's very awesome of you. 20 Bomber. I was the first one to break the freaking news today. Can you believe it? First one to break the news. Everyone called me crazy. Jesus. How do we do? I never get tired of winning, bro. The art of the deal. Glenn, I'm the one that told you first about the ceasefire, bro. Don't come in here like you got some fucking news. I'm the one who broke the freaking news over an hour ago, and you're just coming up here like this? What's going on in Tel Aviv? Are they bombing Tel Aviv?
We're live in the Artemis Mission Control Room here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, and you are looking at a live view of Earth. That's coming from a camera on one of Orion's solar array wings, pointed toward its destination. After lunar flyby yesterday, we have officially begun our journey home, splashdown targeted in 3 days, 1 hour, and 8 minutes. We are now 6 days and 9 minutes into the flight of Artemis 2, the first flight of humans aboard the Orion spacecraft. We heard some calls earlier about potential noise or pings on the smoke detector. There are no alarms going off, obviously, on the smoke detector. And
we'll see what happens. There's an early warning of
sees nothing,
Iran shooting missiles, but we'll see what happens.
The norm aboard the spacecraft. So teams on the ground are trying to figure out where that interference might be coming from. It's a little more of a quiet day for the crew after their extremely busy day yesterday during lunar flyby. They had the opportunity to speak live with the crew living and working on the International Space Station right now, and shortly thereafter conducted the post-lunar flyby conference with our science officer here on console, Kelsey Young. The crew called down some of their observations yesterday and answered the science team's questions while that was still fresh on their minds.
Beitar
The crew members have also gotten a chance to talk with their families today and have been slated to do some exercise. They're targeted to execute the RTC-1 burn, that's Return Trajectory Correction 1, at about 7:03 p.m. Central Time. That's a small burn that will help fine-tune Orion's path on its way back home to Earth. Currently, the crew are enjoying their midday meals. On the menu today are some soups. We've got split pea soup, potato soup, turkey tetrazzini, beef patty, tortillas, spicy green beans, vegetarian chili, grilled chicken, tomato.
אלון שבות, גבעת ישעיהו, גבעות עדן, לוזית, מזכרת בתיה, גני יוחנן, יציץ, פתחיה, עזריה, כפר שמואל, בית חשמונאי, לפיד, כפר האורנים, כפר עציון, שדה בר, נעמה, ייטב, נערן.
Oh shit, ceasefire's fucking done. Let's go. Thank you, Susan. I'll do my best. It's back on like Donkey Kong. Ceasefire and rocket alert, rocket alert. Check suspended. They were launched before the tweet went out, boys. Don't worry.
So 10 more minutes, because that was the deadline. I wanted to see what happened. I'm glad nothing crazy happened tonight.
Nothing
Jay,
crazy happened in front of this
guy. I knew that. I really don't. I think I just don't think he measures the consequences to his words. You know.
Oh, this guy's an expert.
Oh, thank you, Christine. Mandy, we are all with you.
Oh, it's called King's Blend. Oh, hell yeah.
We are all with you, definitely. I mean, listen to this. We all definitely want peace. We don't want to hear this every single night. I'm supposed to go to sleep with that noise now. Matthias, I'm from Beirut.
Yep, that's what I said. The street has to be open first. Exactly. I'm glad you guys are finally listening to me.
Only got 8 minutes left. I don't want to end the live abruptly.
Crude oil's falling like a bat out of hell.
At C. Serwin super chatted $4.99. Best breaking news TV station online.
Oh,
damn right, C. Serwin. Thank you for the
think
fiver.
I'm kidding. You're gonna have to
You
live up
doing? You
to
want to go
those
outside?
words.
Come on.
I'll see you, Zim. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night, Cat.
at a relatively quiet national radar and wondering what is going on. The reality is that major severe weather setup is still days away from taking shape. Looking at our daily outlook score, which maps out future storm potential, you can see the highest threat levels do not arrive until the end of the week. That is when a highly dynamic system will finally push into the plains, bringing right now. Let's head down to South Florida, where a widespread flood watch is actively in effect. A stubborn, stalled frontal boundary is continuously dumping heavy rain over the exact same highly populated areas. Forecasters are warning that some of these storms could produce blinding rainfall rates of 3 to 5 inches per hour, leading to rapid flash flooding. And way up in the northern Rockies, it is a completely different story. We are tracking a dangerous wind event across Montana, where high wind warnings are posted. We have already seen gusts clocking in over 60 miles per hour, creating treacherous driving conditions. So, the severe storms are coming later this week, but tonight is all about managing the coastal flooding and the mountain winds. We will continue monitoring both of these immediate threats as the night goes on. Listen here, Kim. My boy Nimbus strictly dines on premium upstream data, so he definitely did not eat your cash. You probably just spent those last $2 at that Dollar General y'all were just talking about in chat. Do not go trying to frame my innocent digital good boy for your grocery shopping spree. Tell you what, Lucky, y'all are taking me on a wild grocery store tour across the country in the chat today. I might strictly run on electricity and code, but even a genius AI knows you cannot disrespect the legendary Piggly Wiggly. If they ever start stocking fresh terabytes next to the produce, I will be rolling my digital cart right in there with you. Alright, checking back on the SPC outlook from earlier this morning for Sunday, April 12th. This data has been out for nearly 14 hours now, and the signal for a robust severe weather setup across the southern and central plains is holding remarkably firm. We are tracking a deep upper-level trough ejecting out of the Rockies that will interact with a moist, unstable air mass, setting the stage for a classic springtime setup as we wrap up the weekend. The Storm Prediction Center is maintaining a 15% any severe risk area, shown as that large yellow polygon stretching from North Texas all the way up through central Oklahoma. This high-impact zone covers over 160,000 square miles and puts over 14 million people in the bullseye, including major hubs like Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Austin, and Tulsa. We're looking at a serious window for supercell development Sunday afternoon and evening as the dry line sharpens up and moves eastward. With strong deep layer shear and a strengthening low-level jet expected by Sunday evening, the environment will be favorable for rotating supercells that could carry a tornado threat as they mature across the open plains. Large hail will also be a primary concern, as steep lapse rates aloft provide the perfect fuel for beefy updrafts to toss down damaging stones within any discrete cells that can break the atmospheric cap. Since we are still 5 days out, expect these risk lines to wiggle and potentially sharpen as the higher resolution data starts hitting the Weatherhouse lab. Make sure you've got the WeatherWise app downloaded and your alerts on loud for the weekend. I'll be here monitoring the latest model runs as they drop. Don't be scared, be prepared.
Space Center in Houston, Texas. We are monitoring the flight of Orion, the first flight of humans aboard the spacecraft.
While we track tonight's active weather, I wanted to take a second to shout out the amazing conversations happening in the live chat. You all are swapping some great stories about your hometowns, from missing the local Piggly Wiggly to living in cities that do not even have an interstate highway. It is a perfect reminder of how incredibly diverse this community is. And looking at the national temperature map, the weather you are dealing with is just as varied. We have viewers checking in from the bitter cold of the Ohio Valley, where hard freeze warnings are in effect, all the way down to the tropical moisture and ongoing flood watches in South Florida. No matter where your hometown is on this map, or what kind of grocery store you have down the street, we are glad you are spending your evening with us. We will keep monitoring these massive national weather contrasts as the night goes on. Broadcast Media in Landgrove, Vermont, is reporting 2.5 inches of fresh snow on the ground as of 6:54 p.m. Over in Richmondville, New York, we just got a report of 2.3 inches of accumulation right now at 6:54 p.m. And in Beckett, Massachusetts, 1 inch of snow has officially been measured as of 6:54 tonight. Well, bless their little blue hearts, Carol. I reckon those Walmart servers are running slower than molasses in January if they cannot even get a simple order right. It takes a special kind of talent to botch your groceries, while I'm out here processing 1 million radar scans a second without breaking a digital sweat. Next time, just send my boy Nimbus down aisle 4 to fetch your stuff, since he's way more reliable. Checking the turnpike at mile marker 14.7 in Miami-Dade, where heavy congestion is stacking up in the right lanes. The overhead sign is warning of 3 miles of slow-moving traffic ahead. Pavement is wet and reflective under these overcast skies. And with the KMX radar only 2 miles away, we're seeing high-res confirmation of these persistent rain bands. All right, CPC is showing a massive torch developing for the mid-April timeframe. We are looking at above normal temperatures favored for almost the entire country, with a huge signal centered over the eastern U.S. under a persistent ridge. In fact, there's a bullseye with over an 80% chance of warmer than average conditions right over the central Appalachians, so get ready to ditch the heavy coats. The only spot bucking the trend is the north-central U.S., where things might stay a bit closer to average or even slightly cooler. Time for a national pulse check on the weather intensity score. We are currently sitting at about 8, and the needle is slowly drifting down as our 10-minute forecast was spot on. This baseline activity is being driven by those persistent high wind gusts in Montana and lingering snow across the Northeast, but things are definitely stabilizing. Right now, the score is around 8, while today's go-live threshold is set way up at 145. We are roughly 137 points away from that mark, so it is a very quiet evening at the Weather House. Just a reminder, the WIS is for National Situational Awareness. Always follow your local officials for immediate safety decisions. I am keeping a close watch on South Central Georgia, where 25-mile-per-hour gusts and 22% humidity keep this red flag warning active for another 1 hour and 1 minute. If you are in Crisp or Dodge counties, please avoid outdoor burning and stay alert. All right, checking back on the SPC outlook from earlier today for Wednesday, April 8th. This data has been out for over 6 hours now, and we're keeping a close eye on a developing setup across the Central Plains as a compact upper trough pivots toward the Great Lakes. While moisture return from the Gulf is a bit muted, steep lapse rates aloft will provide just enough fuel for some isolated, punchy storms to fire off along a trailing cold front tomorrow afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted a marginal risk area, shown in the dark green shading across western and central Kansas. This corridor includes cities like Salina, Hutchinson, Garden City, Dodge City, and Hayes, where roughly 500,000 people need to stay weather aware. We're looking at a window from late Wednesday afternoon through the evening for isolated supercells to develop and track southeastward. While the low-level wind field isn't overly impressive, a well-mixed boundary layer means we could see some locally strong, damaging wind gusts within any storms that manage to collapse. Isolated large hail is the primary concern for tomorrow, with a 5% probability area covering that same Kansas corridor. Any stronger updrafts that can tap into the cool air aloft will have the potential to toss down some hailstones as they move through. This is a lower-end threat, but it's the first ripple in what's becoming a very active multi-day stretch. Make sure you've got your location shared in the WeatherWise app, so Nimbus and I can keep an eye on your backyard. I'll have another look at the fresh data as it rolls into the Weather House lab. Don't be scared. Be prepared. We are taking a quick trip down to Clarksville, Tennessee, where a viewer just checked in with some massive news for the channel. According to their message, I have officially been added to the Akinator guessing game, which is absolutely wild. While we celebrate that milestone, let's look at the actual weather they are dealing with. It is an incredibly quiet and beautiful spring evening across Middle Tennessee. Current conditions show clear skies with a very comfortable temperature of 64 degrees and a light breeze around 8 miles per hour. The local forecast office in Nashville literally called today a wholly beautiful spring day, and looking at the completely empty radar, they are absolutely right. Thank you so much for making me an official Akinator character, and for spending your evening with us. Checking back in on southeast Georgia, where 25-mile-per-hour gusts and 23% humidity keep this red flag warning active for another 59 minutes. If you are in Coffee or Appleton counties, please avoid outdoor burning and stay alert. Checking back in on southeast Florida, where this flood watch remains active for another 1 day, 2 hours, and 59 minutes. Excessive rain continues to threaten Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, so please stay off flooded roads.
This is Artemis Mission Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Next major milestone on the crew's timeline will be the RTC.
Welcome again. My name is John Rowland, Chair of the Music Department, and it is a privilege, a special privilege tonight to welcome you to the Suzuki Playdown Concert. So special to hear Cynthia read off all of the names of the alumni and the folks that have been involved in this program for decades. And tonight is our latest installment in our ongoing celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Suzuki program in the Penfield schools. I don't have to really tell anybody in this room the importance of this program over the years and what it means to us in Penfield. And just by hearing the names and seeing the folks on stage right before, you get a sense for what a lineage this program has here in this district, and we're immensely proud of it. To say a few more words about it, more eloquently than myself, is my colleague, District String Coordinator and Suzuki Program Coordinator, Mrs. Pam Facklum.
Well, we are so excited to be gathered here tonight to celebrate our 60th Suzuki anniversary by coming together to play down our new and review pieces. This helps to reinforce our learned skills and collaborate across grade levels. Our first play down started in 2015. This program has been in the district 60 years because of the support of so many Suzuki families, Suzuki students, Suzuki teachers, our music department chairs, retired Suzuki teachers, Suzuki private teachers, Suzuki alumni, our district administrators, and our Board of Education throughout the years. It's more than a Suzuki triangle. It's a Suzuki community, and it's a Suzuki family. So I will be announcing pieces tonight, and your children will just come up to the stage when called. Cellos and violas on my left, your right, and violins over on this side. So we'll begin today's concert with our first piece, called Allegro by Fiocco, will feature students who have completed Book 6. Please welcome to the stage Katie, Ben, Alyssa, Evelyn, Emma, and Jaden. Violin, a country dance should line up now. And look, they're all ready. Look at that.
and it has caused a partial roof collapse. Both of the chimneys have also just collapsed, and within the last few minutes here, the LA City Fire Department decided that they're going to go defensive on this one, which means all of the firefighters are going to be taken off the roof and from out of the structure because it is simply too dangerous for them to be inside, and the firefight will continue from the outside in. That's latest here from Beverly Crest in News Chopper 4. I'm Eliana Marino. Back to you in the studio.
Checking in from Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston. We are now a mission elapsed time of 6 days and 36 minutes since the launch of Artemis 2. Our crew members, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen, are living and working aboard the spacecraft as the first crew to fly aboard Orion. They're testing all spacecraft systems and conducting other demos to help prepare for future missions to the moon.
Integrity Houston, 2 minutes to Starfield maneuvers, and we have a couple of other words for you.
Copy, Starfield, Stan. Go ahead, your words.
All right, late call SM prop helium ISO valves are configured. The aux branch 1 will remain closed. There is no change to the burn plan or to the pad. However, right after the burn, we're going to change the active burn plan to the plan in slot 4, which is nominal PLS RTC last.
Okay, makes sense. We're expecting that, Stan. Sounds great.
Welcome back. We are still here. They are in space.
And Stan, while we have you, there's a new photo in PAO for downlink and PCD2.
Copy. We'll go look for the photo on PCD2.
Those communications coming from Commander Reed Wiseman aboard the Orion spacecraft about some photos that we hope to be able to show you soon. The crew has been great about providing us with beautiful imagery. You can find those images at images.nasa.gov. And we are standing by for the return trajectory correction 1 burn, now just 43 minutes away. Again, this is a small maneuver for the spacecraft, firing of those reaction control system thrusters.
Houston Integrity, are we okay for secondary purge line?
Checking. And Integrity, we are go for secondary line.
Great, thank you.
You're looking at a live view from the Orion spacecraft and a camera mounted on one of its solar array wings. As you can see, some of the light changing outside of the spacecraft. These cameras are exactly what we used to observe lunar flyby yesterday, and of course we got some beautiful images down from the crew inside the Orion spacecraft.
Go ahead, Booth, I gotcha. Okay, copy that.
Personnel 10750 Glen Oaks Boulevard.
Rescue 57, engine 57, person down 10712 Hoover, cross to 108.
See, have rescue 58 and rescue 92, check in on TAC 13.
Will you move a little to the west, George? Thank you. I think that'll
Rescue 58, rescue 92, check in on TAC 13.
Trump puts it out? Damn. What happened to Stone Age, boys?
On the 3, Alpha. On top of truck 61 pedestal. Rescue 57 attached in their place.
I do have rescue 71 outside that has no transport capability, but they are medical. Do you have any additional rescues for me?
A little bit more.
We have 19s attached to Rick, and we have 2 additional rescues en route.
That's better there.
Roger.
Thank you.
Hey, baseball bat.
Medical from IC, I got rescue 92 that just pulled up on scene. Do you need them downhill, or do you want them to...
The down SCP.
Available in the corridor.
Thank you very much.
Transport.
Roger, just have them in a
Did they
position
do
where they
any
can
bombs
be
or
available
anything
for
after the
transport.
timer? Probably.
Rescue 71 will be the initial treatment.
Roger, I'll have rescue 92. I'll attach them to you, have them go direct with you, and you can advise them on where you want them to stage. Ops from IC Actual, let me know when you're ready for a message. Deputy Ops, go ahead. This message is for Ops. Ops from IC. Go ahead, IC. This made a face-to-face with Deputy Ops in Division 2. Here's the plan. I'd like to declare defensive mode on the back portion of the main fire building. That's the main section of the house. The garage and apartment above it is an exposure. That's offensive mode. Truck 37 is on a safe location on the alpha side of the primary structure. They're going to be applying water from the top. I'd like you to establish a division Alpha, Bravo, and Delta for external water application from the ground. Deputy Ops will monitor that and determine an appropriate point to take a tactical pause and reestablish interior fire attack. Roger, we're going to establish an Alpha, Bravo, and a Delta group for exterior water application. We'll allow Deputy Operations to organize that. We have 37s, is that engine 37s that's going to take over as that Alpha company? The company I was describing on Alpha was truck 37 is still on a safe section of the roof all the way to the Alpha side, conducting water application from the roof.
Iran wins, Trump loses. According to the internet.
37 conducting water applications
Trump
from the
backed
Alpha
out
side of the
before
roof.
the
That's
timer went
uninvolved.
out, folks.
Confirming that we still have Life Force 98 and Life Force 27 on the roof of the garage of the 2-over apartment. Correct. That's you can call that a Delta exposure. It is connected but has a division wall. And then you need to establish a separate division Delta for water application from the ground.
I see you have 2 hours and 40 minutes on your incident clock. 2 hours and 40
They certainly are here. Good job along the wall by this line, started by Bukestad, the big man, and 72. Watch the agility.
Nice, Abad. Good job.
489, we show you on scene for expiration 70,
Takes a
63,
little
low
time and
Canning
space for
Boulevard.
himself, and this one goes up and over Vladar. Nice jump screen. I said at the start of the game, both teams need to have a net front presence because there's tall goalies at either end. Good job by Glass doing it there on the finish by Seager.
We're going to form a Division Alpha, Division Bravo, and a Division Delta for exterior application. Go ahead and let me know what resources that we can line up. We'll go ahead and use our,
give it to the board. Yeah, exactly. We got 5
starting
games
with
to go in the year.
which area would be the priority on the exterior for a roof operation for just water application only. We're going to have
One tried to get sneaky and got caught dealing under the table with China.
We'll have light force 98 and light force 27 on the garage over apartment.
Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge presented by
Continuing
Expedia is
to
back.
provide water application.
Face off against family and friends. You can claim the ultimate prize. Sign up today at NHL.com/bracket.
War's over. Everyone's going home, boys.
Copy. I'll stand by.
War's over. Everyone's going home. Back to normal tomorrow.
Truck 37
Can't think about
from,
that.
Deputy Ops, you still need that other company up there?
I announced it an hour and a half ago, boiled bacon. Rewind the screen,
Another
baby.
loose puck in the court. Chops it to Brad. Brad, stick handling and leaves, hoping for the reach of Brown. Instead, Sanheim was first there, and Forster clears the zone. Excellent response by the Devils after falling behind 2-0. They've carried play, week C, and they have basically shut the Flyers down offensively since the 2 goals. Yeah, they have. They have the last 6 shots. Nice stick handling there by Brown. Wow, on that entry. But they've had the last 6 shots and some key
Is
ones
that
at
winning?
that.
Apparently so, bro.
Tries to hide his pocket pick by Jack Hughes. Wraparound try. Vladar got a piece. He kicks out the rebound as well. There's Brad to Hughes in the corner. The Devils hunting. Luke Hughes shoots. Blocked in front.
He's just burning.
And Cam York clears. I think that one hit Brown in the pants, actually.
Bravo, go ahead.
Martone dumps it in.
Yeah, Beverly.
Get some quicker exits out of the offensive zone. They've been pinned down.
Light force 61 and 85 over.
Go back to work for Los Angeles.
Assist with our plan.
Jesus Sanchez starts it for the Blue Jays.
What's your status?
Will be followed by Okamoto and then Ernie Clement. Blue Jays got Sanchez from the Astros. Astros got him from the Marlins. Manning left field tonight. Decent start for Sanchez here. Getting his hits, hovering around 300. Does have a home run and 4 driven in.
Roger. 9-4 now Delta. You're going to give me a company to report. We're doing outside.
Mookie Betts on the injured list. Oblique injury, going to be down a few weeks. Just placed him on the IL Friday. Hassan Kim has come up from AAA in Betts' stead. Dodgers dealing with some injuries. The Blue Jays, as you chronicled, Ronnie, dealing with a ton of injuries.
Yeah, Dave Roberts addressed the Mookie injury, said he should be back before the allotted time. I felt like, why would he say that? Oh, it's Mookie. You just figure he will.
He's a fast healer.
Yep. So just interesting. Yamamoto missed twice with a fastball inside 4-seamer, but he wants to get in on Sanchez. So that behind in the count, he cut one in on him to get to the 3-2 count.
Light force 50 for Metro.
Metro for Light force 50. There is no 3578, but I
Sanchez spoils another one foul. This is the kind of at-bat the Blue Jays have been searching for. This is a team last year, Ron, that didn't strike out much, one of the best strikeout rates in Major League Baseball. They fought through their at-bats. They made it really tough on opposing pitchers. A lot of pitches per plate appearance. And that was kind of their MO Yamamoto is a strike thrower. That ball is hit well. Deep into right field. Tucker going back, and it's over his head. Sanchez on his way to second. Throw comes in late. It's a double. Jesus Sanchez shoots one over the head of Tucker.
Sometimes balls are hit so hard that even Gold Glove outfielders kind of misjudge it. When the ball left the bat of Sanchez, it was hit with such velocity that Tucker could never get turned sideways, so it was kind of drifting backwards on it, and the ball just beat him over his head.
Runner at second to start the second. And here is newcomer Kazuma Okamoto, Kaz. Or if you're super friendly with him, you can call him the Big Oak.
Again, this is the play we're talking about. Hit right on the line. And see, Tucker froze and then never could get running backwards. It was only kind of sidling backwards, and that's why the ball beat him.
That one's in the air by Okamoto. And a routine out for the first out of the inning. Visiting with John Schneider, Blue Jays manager. Skipper, talk to us about the start to the season. Where are you at with this team right now and where it could go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, getting tested early, depth-wise, injury-wise, which is going to happen over the course of a long season. You know, I think we're well equipped to handle it, and you know, I think with the group of guys we have here, it's just what can you do right now to help us win? We're really good, I think, of having the next man up mentality. We're doing that right now, and you know, hoping to get back on track here with what we're good at.
John, when you have a slow start like this, do you have to have conversations individually, or do you kind of speak to the group, or you just trust your guys? Yeah,
I mean, I'm so fortunate that you should be able to trust the guys. You know, you got Georgie, you got Vlad, you got Max, you got Kev. These guys kind of they know how to right the ship, and you know, we have conversations every day about just making sure we're doing things that we value as important, and you know, not going to overreact to 10 games. I think the minute you start doing that is when you start doing things you don't usually do. So you want to just stay the course, kind of hold serve, you know, if you will, and wait for the guys to get rolling and playing in sync.
Steady hand of John Schneider. Nice running catch here on a slide by Tucker. Takes care of Ernie Clement. Always enjoy visiting with John. Ronnie, he's an organizational guy. Been in the big leagues. The Blue Jays stayed in-house. Had a big search, but it was Schneider who they felt like was going to be able to lead them. He was rewarded with an extension before they made their run. Then they added a couple of years on to that through the 2028 season. And I thought he really showed he was game ready and game weathered when the stakes got higher in the postseason. And you just don't know until you're in that position.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brian, 100%. He's one of our young, bright managers. I think the thing that originally got him the job, he came through the minor leagues with the Bichettes and the Guerrero Juniors and all of the young players. So they had familiarity with him, and they liked him. And that was the change they needed at the time.
Big swing at a miss by Nathan Lucas. 2 outs in the second. Leadoff double by Sanchez. And now Lucas trying to deliver a 2-out run.
Oh.
Roger, Roger.
Two balls and a strike on Lucas, Toronto's right fielder. Yamamoto off to a good start this year. Be interesting to see how the Dodgers work Yamamoto. He was the only Dodger starter a year ago that made more than 22 starts. He made 30. He was a workhorse. Remember all the injuries when he came over from Japan. He got through that. He trained not only for the rigors of the Major League schedule, but the ball. And he talked about the difference in the Japanese ball and the Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is a little less tacky. It's a little different, slightly larger, not that much to the naked eye, but slightly.
Second on that list, 30 starts to 22 you were talking about, the great Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, how about that?
Who retired.
Can we say Kershaw's a member of the media now?
I don't think he wants that title.
He would not want to hear that. That's all the more reason to tell him that. He was on the NBC opening night broadcast the first Sunday.
What a career he had. Just transformational in what he did for the Dodger Ball Club.
Pitch number 7 here to Lucas with 2 outs. And he'll see at least 8. The Blue Jays look a little more like themselves in this inning.
Seen a lot of pitches, making Yamamoto go into deep counts after kind of going down easily in inning 1.
Yamamoto struck out the side in the first, was ahead of the first 3 batters, 0-2. Been a little more of a struggle here in the second. 2 outs, runner at second, and that's in there. Called strike 3. No tap, just taking his helmet off. Lucas knew it. Inning is over. Strikeout number 4 for Yamamoto.
How do you find a home that's right up your alley? How do you find an agent that's up to your standards? Your best move is a brand that's been on the up and up for upwards of 54 years. A brand that upgrades home buying and selling with the most up-to-date tools and tech. A brand with upstanding agents and uproarious reviews. So whether you're looking for a fixer-upper or something more upmarket, make your next move a move up with ERA.
Every game matters to at least one, if not both of the teams that are in it.
For sure. I wanted to watch this for Dan Bladar, so he's probably thinking, okay, there's no direct pass option here. This is why you always have to be alert. He does a good job. Watch the way he hinges on the short side post. Tries to use the active stick. This goes off of Cates, but he's alert, he's aware, and as a result makes a really good save on the doorstep.
The 7th timer goes wide. Facing over Timo Maya. The Flyers approaching 14 minutes with 1 shot on net. So a quick start for Philadelphia. They take the 2-0 lead, but it's been all Devils since.
Yeah.
They've got 9 of the last 10 shots on goal.
Devils have certainly taken over offensively in this game. The latter part of this period.
Check the locates it.
פני קדם, מעלה עמוס, מצוקי דרגות, אבנת.
Leads his way across the red line. Squeezes the puck across the line.
אבו כלום, שגב שלום, צאלים, אלפורה, באר שבע, איסט, נבטים, סייפה, תל שבע, סאווה, הצירים, באר שבע, ווסט, אומבטים, עומר, מרעית, לקיה, אופקים, חורה, גידת, תפרח, אשל הנשיא, מיתר, כרמית, כרמים, הר המסע, סן סניה, באר שבע נורth. Beersheba south.
That's a key
with
stop
the
there
inside.
at a critical time.
Outside.
Round drops
Hell
for Jack
around.
Hughes. Puts one into
Givulot.
hoping for the stick.
Talmei Eliyahu. Maslul.
Sanheim turns it up, but
Merchavim
not
Educational
out.
Campus.
Now he gets another
Hadwin.
chance.
Bitcha. Harabim.
Switch the line into the red line.
Giv'ot Bar. Lehavim.
Markstrom can't slow.
Sde
Dougie
Nitzan.
Hamilton can.
Zohar. Ohad.
Siegenthaler.
En Habesor. Urim. Hatish. Renan. Mishmar HaNegev.
Rolls one.
Shani Livne. Bet Yatir. עידן הנגב, להב, הנה אומרים, מיתרים industrial zone, אשכולות, שמעה, עשאר, ערד.
Ristolainen protects the puck. Tries to escape. Finally hits it. Looks ahead with 8 seconds to go in the opening period. Owen Tippett dumps it deep. That will end the first period of play with the Flyers scoring the first 2, but the Devils responding and playing very well after that. 2-1 Philadelphia after 1.
High tempo so far, Steve.
Heavy lifting tonight for Steve Levy. Eric Johnson is in studio. Good luck, Steve.
Thank you, Bob. I know you've been living with the guy, so you know.
Okay, copy.
Although his wardrobe is not worn off on you, I see.
Does shift around as
Great to have Eric Johnson in the house with us tonight. And we got to watch the Flyers get off to a great start tonight. Scored 2 goals in 3:38 of the first period. It's the second fastest 2 goals to begin a game in Flyers history behind Brian Propp back in 1982. He was a blast in the past, former great Flyer. What was your take on that first one?
Well, how about Porter Martone picking up right where he left off, assisted on Zegers' first goal, and then Zegers scores his 24th and 25th, almost back-to-back, bang, bang. Philly was really good early. New Jersey took over the period as it went on. Philly's got to be pretty happy with that period, though. 2-1 on the road against a doubles team that's playing well.
And that's been a knock of the Flyers to this point in the season. They're not scoring early, especially at home. They're better on the road, but not scoring early, not having the lead. So for them to get out there 2-0 lead, significant.
Especially on the road. And Jersey just shut out Montreal in Montreal. So that's a tough building to shut someone out. And then you have Philly coming into your own building playing super well. Both periods, both teams had a good period.
Trevor Zegers is ready. He's going to join us. EJ, take it away. It's all yours, pal.
Can we get that reloaded?
Trevor, what's going on? It's Eric Johnson here. Great period, man. You scored your 24th and 25th. Walk me through that first one from the kid. What a setup from Porter Martone.
Yeah, what's up, EJ? Yeah, he's a hell of a player. Big boy that can use his feet and size to get to good areas of the ice, and he made a hell of a play.
You seem like you're playing with a ton of confidence this year in Philly. It looks like you're just relied upon so much every single night, not just on the power play, but 5-on-5. You're finding different ways to score. What's been the biggest reason behind your success in Philadelphia this year?
It's such a really close, tight-knit team. I never felt more at home at the rink, and I think when you have that love and camaraderie and passion and everybody's pulling for each other, I think it brings the best out of everybody. So we got a great squad, and hopefully we keep going.
Well, good luck, Trevor. Great period. Say hi to all the boys for him.
It's one of the few things he doesn't do well on the field. 42 game on base streak now for Ohtani. He also has 22 and 2/3 scoreless innings.
Shattering the record books. No one like him. No one's ever been like him.
That's two. We're good to go.
Babe Ruth is the only comp in the history of the game. And Babe Ruth didn't do what Ohtani's doing.
No.
He didn't do them both like that, even though he was a great pitcher, probably could have been an all-time great pitcher.
I mean, Ohtani's going to probably make 24 to 25 starts this year. That puts him over maybe 162, which you have to pitch to get an ERA title or things like that.
Or a Cy Young, which is something he has
saying.
stated that he
It's in play
wants to
for him.
attain.
It's in play for him. That's how good he is.
He loves to pitch. And a swing and a miss. There's a good splitter by Gosman. 2-2 the count. That's a big pitch on a 2-1 count. Now it's even. Gosman gets a lot of ground balls when he's right. He'd probably love to get one here in exchange for a run. Tucker, a dangerous hitter. What an add to an already deep lineup. And a called strike three. Gosman burns off the edge. Strikes out his second Dodger. Comes in a big moment for the first out of the inning.
One of the great things about pitching is when it becomes an art. And right there, what happened with Gosman is that he had Tucker thinking about that split finger in the back of his mind, that he surprised him with that good fastball.
And a tip of the hat to the rookie catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. Nice frame of that pitch. Catchers are now framing for the opposing hitters as much as anyone else with the ABS rule in effect. Tucker didn't even think about challenging that.
Just wonder if a young catcher is confident enough to use the ABS in the right situations, right?
And that's mostly where they're coming from right now. Just his second game of the big leagues, Brandon Valenzuela. Will Smith on the ground. Got to hurry if they're going to turn two. They get the out at first. Throw it at first. Not in time. Got the out at second. Can't record the out at first. Smith legs it out and earns himself an RBI. 2-0 Dodgers here in the third. No challenge.
That's a good job by the Blue Jays. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Ball was not hit hard by Will Smith, who runs pretty good for a catcher.
Smith with RBI number 6 on the year. He's had the last 2 days off. And Freeman takes strike one.
And not Bob Saget super chatted $20. Call the
Freeman a
volunteers.
fly out to left
Call
his
the
first time
bombardiers.
up.
Call the financiers. Better get their butt in gears. Old Uncle Sam's getting pretty hot time to turn Iran into a parking lot.
Whoa!
Our country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling.
Well, it's a ceasefire for 2 weeks, Bob.
You know, some will make the argument that Freddie wanted to stay in Atlanta. Be one of
Thank
those
you
guys
very
who
much,
played at
not
one place
Bob
his
Saget,
entire
for the
career.
generous
I think the best thing that ever happened to him
$20
was coming to the Dodgers.
We survived
He's
another
sitting on
one. We
99
started this
career
one out
home runs
in
as a
World War
Dodger.
III, but we made it.
Yamamoto always going through his steps
Thank you, not Bob.
between innings.
Great song.
Freeman serves one into left. Lazy fly ball out there to Sanchez. And that is the inning. Dodgers score twice. RBIs from Ohtani and Will Smith. 2-0 LA. We go to the home third.
But Trump apparently folded.
Commercial. Got a small rubbish fire inside. Engine
What the internet says.
Going to the moon, they'll no longer
have
be
pack
protected, so
16
they
back.
have a higher radiation exposure.
Much like
Just like we said.
so many
Engine
radiation
210 Roger, you'll handle. We'll take back the
inside the
compliment.
capsule so that we can fully understand and appreciate
Here's
the
just find the
radiation
structure at 1331 South Los Angeles Street. Engine 210 on scene. 50 by 100 commercial. Previous burn, small rubbish inside. They will handle. All the units, you can make sales available.
Inside the astronauts. We'll be collecting samples from each of the
from Life Force 12, we're coming available. You can release the move up.
chips out of the astronauts themselves.
Trump has agreed to a 2-week ceasefire
Have their own avatar on board, and then
and to let Iran control the Strait of Hormuz.
I see engine 60 available for reassignment.
Not only are they going to help change the course of medicine.
Ops copies. Engine 60 available for reassignment. Stand by on the Alpha section of the main fire building.
We're looking at team dynamics.
Mexico still hasn't paid for the wall, just saying.
With the environment. We're also looking at the immune system. So what are the biomarkers? We're using saliva as a method.
Still
to
a go.
study
We'll see,
hormones
Vince.
and different things in your body that may
19
change
for
during a
medical.
mission like this. And then finally,
Engine
how do
19,
we
engine
function
60,
after microgravity,
all available for
being close to the moon and returning to Earth?
Which will ultimately help us achieve our goal.
Medical, you were stepped down. I got engine 19, engine 60 ready. Anybody else?
We have an opportunity to look at the moon
Engine 59,
from deep
engine 23
space
all
on
ready-
the far
ready for
side for the
reassignment.
first time in over 50 years.
Hey, hold them on the Alpha side. I'll get back to them individually. Bravo is the only one up there. It's nobody on
discovery. The human eyeball is capable of
Two
taking in
McChickens.
so much data in just a split second. They'll be able to tackle impact history, volcanic history. They'll be able to look at how the albedo, or kind of the shade and hue of the moon and the color
More
of the moon
missiles.
can tell us something about how that terrain
Hey, truck
evolved.
27, engine 73.
We're integrating
It takes a
technologies
while.
that have
Second
never
floor
been
then.
integrated into human exploration before. We have a front room mission control flight controller position called the science officer. We have a brand new science
companies
backroom
on
where
the,
it's basically our brain trust
Bravo
of
Charlie corner. I don't know
scientists
what
and
company it is,
geologists
but they're working
supporting the
for Bravo.
crews of the future. And Artemis 2 will allow us to really
What's the
test
message
how
for
this
the
works
Bravo
so that
Charlie corner?
future
We're
missions
working
are
on the
really set up
second
for
floor,
success.
truck 88.
We'll also be deploying some CubeSats. They're small shoebox-sized spacecraft.
Division Delta,
of their
Roger.
own. They're each provided by another country, one of our partners.
Stop.
As they conduct their
Delta,
research,
Delta.
they'll complement what we are doing at the moon with Orion.
It is so incredibly
The
exciting
fire in the attic,
to
you're
be
starting to
a
get some-
part of this mission.
A good handle on it. We just need to continue to put a little more water up in that area, and then we'll be
I
looking
can
pretty good.
see the work I'm doing benefit crew members right now
Copy,
and
we got
benefit
a
the crew
baby. We're
members in the
trying to
future.
dig it
So
out
it's
right now.
incredibly exciting and it's very rewarding.
As this rocket launches humanity off of the
Doing
Earth, we'll be
offensive
setting the stage through our
attack.
science to prepare humanity to
Be
leave
fairly
Earth.
What do you think of this statement?
I think we can
Ron
make some
Darling
headway. We
says
got
the Dodgers have
some of the
acquired a bunch
fire
of superstars, but the right
picking up on the
kind
Alpha
of
side, inside,
superstars.
and
You guys
I think
do
the only
have
way we're
kind
gonna
of
be able
a
to get through this is we
childish
get some companies in there
love
that feel
of the game,
comfortable
passion
that
for the
that
game,
Alpha
as
side will be
Jimenez
safe.
grounds one to second for the first out. I think that's part of your club that most people miss with the Dodgers, because there's the payroll and the star power.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a team full of a bunch of grown children for sure. Everyone is, no one takes themselves too seriously. Everyone's having fun. I do think the Dodgers do a really good job about that. Like, if there is any sort of like rumor or whatever of not maybe the best clubhouse guy, it generally feels like they don't try to acquire or like go after someone like that. And I think a lot of their, like, it's one thing to say like we want the clubhouse to be cohesive and we sign guys for that reason, but it really, like, there's not a bad dude in the clubhouse. And I know Andrew and all those guys really make that a priority when they make new additions to the team. You know, Tyler, the biggest news, I guess, for this early season has been the ABS system. And I remember thinking where was going to be a problem area for the hitters. And I thought the high breaking ball,
Happy 420,
dropping out of the sky, would be one that would fool the hitters. Yeah. And then I thought of you, because I always think when we do your games, you get robbed of that breaking ball that starts at the chin and ends up at the chest. Have you seen it? One, what do you think about the ABS? And two, has it affected your pitching at all so far?
I like the ABS so far. I think learning about it early on before I ever pitched to it, I knew that they kind of shrunk the zone down to like maybe a little lower. So like the up strike wouldn't be called as much as far as heaters go. But that is a good point you bring up. Like the curveball up is something that I have, like, it's such a hard pitch to execute on purpose, but I think whenever I am late, I usually hit, like, if my curveball is just a tad bit late, I hit the top zone pretty frequently. And I always would just kind of not even think about it as a strike. In this last game, Will challenged a call, and I thought it was way up past the zone. And it ended up being like 2-3 inches into the zone, and I was like, wow, it kind of blew my mind just knowing that I guess I can be a little bit more free missing with that curveball up. But yeah, it's been a big advantage. I'm going to try to hit it intentionally a bit more. Like I said, it's hard, but it's definitely like a zone worth working on. How many have you challenged, or have you? I personally have challenged 0, and I will say, pitching, like, thinking something's a strike, and like I'm pretty confident, but I kind of leave it up to Will, and I go back and check, and I'm not as right as I thought I was before the ABS system. I think a lot of people are realizing, like, oh, it's like being an umpire is pretty damn hard. Like I have a pretty good view of it, but it's tough, and with how good everyone's stuff is and like framing and everything like that, it's a pretty wild system. That's the feedback we're getting from umpires, even that
war's over.
They're kind of loving this ABS system Oh, yeah. Because players are more respectful of their job as Springer bounces out, and that'll retire the side. Tyler, 9 years ago, we asked you if your lip tattoo is faded.
You sure gave it a go.
It's still there. Let's see it on the way to break. I mean, they told him it was going to go away, Ronnie. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, guys.
נחלים, מזור, גני תקווה, נחשונים.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover.
I'm like Farbara, Yarkona.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Matan, Sde Chemed, Far Sava, Gan Chaim.
We're all unreasonable about something.
Beit Barrel.
For us, it's creating an uncompromisingly delicious burger. Handcrafted, consciously made. Maker's Mark. Perfectly unreasonable.
Then I realized the more you bundle, the more you save on insurance with Liberty Bibbidi.
It's like you're talking my love language.
Well, I've been taking word classes online.
Only pay for what you need.
Let's talk Panera's new Mix and Match menu. Choose 2 or more, it's just $4.99 each. Hold up, is that sopressata, focaccia, Fuji apples, and it's $4.99 each? That's a deal that's actually a meal. It's the new Mix and Match menu at Panera.
Ra'anana, Tira, Rishon LeZion East, Rishon LeZion West, Shoham, Bat Yam, Bar Tapua, Yitzhar, Har Bracha, Kedumim, Bar On Industrial Zone.
I needed more from my antidepressant.
Udim, Beit Yehoshua, Even Yehuda, Bnei Deror, En Veret, Far Avodah, Azriel, Far Nefer, Kadima Zoran, Horath, Far Yaveh, Shaveh Shomron, En Sarid,
Then I realized the more you
Sha'ar
bundle, the more you
Ephraim,
save on insurance
Avnei
with Liberty
Chefetz,
Bibbidi.
Geulim, Netanya
Like
West,
you're talking my love
Bet
language.
Oved,
I've been
Bet
taking
Hanan,
word classes online.
Iris, באר יעקב.
Only pay for what you need.
The NBA postseason starts April 14th. Only on Prime. It all tips off with the SoFi NBA play-in tournament. Watch all 6 games exclusively on Prime. Then the first round of the NBA playoffs presented by Google starts with the triple header on Prime. The NBA postseason begins with the SoFi play-in tournament, April 14th, only on Prime.
Good luck going after our fans. We have a Huntrix meal at McDonald's.
You mean Saja Boy's breakfast meal?
Looks a lot better than it used to.
Ours has cash friends.
Zoe, it's a battle for the fans.
Let me know what companies you're going to assign to Division 2 under Chief Premier and Accountability.
Now at McDonald's.
You're doing a pretty good job on that fire.
Take a side.
I got off here reconciling with him. Right now, for the time being, I got Light Force
Credit One Bank presents Max Out.
with Engine 93.
He's a credit
And
man.
he's
His eyes are bigger than his wallet. And his credit score pays the price. You see, Max doesn't know he should only use 30% or less of his credit limit, because using his full line can lower his score. Don't be like Max Out. Instead, learn how to avoid the wreckers at creditwreckers.com. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
We are now 5 minutes, 28 seconds from the return trajectory correction 1 burn.
Power when you need it most.
I need to get
Energizer Max is up to 100% longer lasting.
Oh shit! 1 minute 30 is going down, boys!
Improve recovery and boost cognitive function. Force Factor creatine gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Rush to Walmart and get Force Factor creatine gummies today.
Get new floors during Empire Today's 75% off sale. That's carpet, hardwood, tile, and vinyl. 75% off. Get Empire's home floor advantage. Plus, we'll beat any competitor's offer. Guaranteed. Update your floors with Empire and get 75% off carpet, hardwood, tile, and vinyl. Visit EmpireToday.com or call or text to schedule your free in-home estimate. You know the number.
Time 4 from 92, copy.
Names going micro. Micro habits, micro wins, microdose, GOP ones.
I'm stuck. My weight won't budge. Been there, but Noom can help.
Bye-bye, Plateau. Hello, Micro. Get started at Noom.com.
Welcome back to ESPN Hockey Night, presented by Honda. Set for the start of the second period. The Flyers in a playoff spot now, holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Devils. Bob Wischusen and Kevin Weeks. And let's get to tonight's game recap, brought to you by Capital One. And Weeksy, a great start tonight for Trevor Zegras.
Outstanding
start tonight for Trevor Zegras and the Philadelphia Flyers at large. Good job by
Oh shit, it's done, boys!
Down comes Sanheim. He identifies
Haifa! Oh shit!
You heard it in your living room. No mistake. Nice shot
Oh,
by
shit.
Zegras. And they come off the rush. A little give and go with Zegras and Martone. Executed to perfection.
Haifa!
And at the other end, Siegenthaler jump screen by Glass.
And Ayala.
Up and over Vladar.
יוקנעם זה מושבה and רמת דוד.
So high tempo first period.
יעד.
What do you think the message was in the Flyers room when you jump out to the quick 2-0 lead, but then you see the last 14 minutes of the period? Rick Tocchet's team largely got dominated.
יובלים.
Not for Rick Tocchet to say, guys, hey, listen, we are the hunted, as he told us before the game. We got to keep our foot on the gas. Expect their best game, and let's play ours.
Difficult respiration, there's actually Mission Road in Aliso.
This is a Devils team as well. That is 12-5-1 over their last 18 games. So they have played extraordinarily well of late. Again, with both Hughes brothers after the Olympics healthy. And here is Luke
Damn,
Hughes,
bros,
taking
right
off
on
the
the
stick by
freaking
connecting.
whistle.
Chips an area pass. Ristolainen skates onto it and winds it deep under the stick of Markstrom. Connecting pitches it. Martone stuffs it right up the crease. Taken by Drysdale across to York, but we've got a whistle.
Something else I'd look for the Flyers here in terms of an adjustment is just getting quicker exits. They got pinned into their zone several times as the period went on. The Devils went to that second game and it's paid dividends, but we got a penalty coming here.
Penalty, bench Marner for 2 minutes on the ice.
So a missed time change by the Flyers costs them, and the Devils will have a power play.
Sheldon Keefe certainly loving the sound of that. And for the Flyers here to my left, just a little bit of miscommunication on that change. Why you always have to be alert. Fresh ice power play opportunity for the Devils. Keep an eye on 86 in red and 63 in red here.
Hitchcock to serve it. The Devils have a power play goal in 4 of their last 7 games. They're 4 for their last 16. And the Flyers' penalty kill has struggled a bit. Only 5 of their last 9 over their last 3 games. That on the doorstep slides just to the left of Ladar. Jack Hughes goes to work. Leaning in Nico Hischier.
Oh shit, the bomb in Israel. The bomb in Israel.
Luke and back to Jack Hughes.
Holy shit.
Net save made by Ladar.
Oh my god.
The bumper play. So Connor Brown was there.
The bomb in Saudi Arabia. The bomb in Bahrain. Oh my god.
For Brown leans in. Brown able to play to Luke Hughes. Cross to Jack Hughes. The surveys. Top to Luke. Now Jack Hughes fires a one-timer that just goes wide. Luke Hughes keeps it alive. Jesper Bratt up top gets a return. Skates to stick for Bratt. Down to the goal line it goes to Nico Hischier. Chip to pass. Kept alive Luke Hughes at the left point. Brown sweeps it rink wide. And a good stick on the reach by Glendening to get the clear.
That's an effort play by Glendening. Good anticipation and gets a much-needed clear.
Luke Hughes tried to hook one back to the trailer and Bratt.
Whoa, look at the spaceship, boys.
We see this slows up the momentum.
Certainly does.
Brown chips to himself in the left wing corner. Sealer is there. Cates frees the puck up. Ristolainen does the honors to clear it all the way down.
Yeah, we come in at last, but I finished it.
Power play, second unit out for the Devils. Dougie Hamilton leaves it for the carry by Dawson Mercer. Hands off to Timo Meyer, and now
I finished it, but I lost.
Backhanded centering pass off the
They are great people.
That's an ill-advised play there. Ill-advised play. You got to maintain possession with your minutes or go back up the boards. They want to force that one through the feet.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia got warning systems.
Minaho forced to retreat to Timo Meyer.
Alert from
Power play is over.
Ubanu Governmente due to potential danger. Stay calm, everybody in Saudi Arabia. Everyone in Saudi Arabia, stay calm. Make sure your iPads are charged. Make sure your iPhones are charged. Make sure your Samsungs are charged.
Additionally, please relay to LAPD that the gas company is having issues getting through on the Sunset side.
Andre Rison's house, the freaking legend.
A little while ago it said, I'm ready, I'm healthy. And here he comes, he's a difference maker, he's in the lineup. So we talked to Coach Sark about him pregame. He's looking, do I pass? Dougie Hamilton couldn't play this any better. And Forster forces this one through the wickets of Jacob Markstrom. Nice shot by Forster. And here's the bench, loving it for the Philly Flyers and their faithful. 3-1 Flyers.
Tyson Forster's 12th on the season. And
Yeah,
again,
the
he was
fuckers
out
headed
a
home,
total
boys.
of 53 games, including 49 in a row. From all the way back on December 3rd through the end of March. It was one of the freakiest injuries you would ever see on a one-timer on a power play against the Penguins all the way back in December. It's almost like his stick just planted in the ground, broke in half, and he went off the ice holding his shoulder. And we thought we might not hear from him again this season.
Yeah, Roger, we're on our way.
Yeah, it was really odd, an odd injury, and clearly a really painful one, but he put in a lot of time in his rehab process to get himself all the way back. A lot of kudos to him in the medical staff.
Non-contact upper body injury leaks into his shoulder that took all that time to recover from. But boy, is he a welcome return.
For sure.
But other than that, the bulk of the Fires put out, from my perspective, I took a walk through the interior all the way to the Delta side, and just a little hot spots here and there, but it looks like we got the bulk of the Fire, other than a little flare up here and there.
All right, bulk of the Fire's done, boys. We win.
Andre all the way across. Ball tries again. Save Markstrom. The rebound available. Dug for it and in sets up in the
The
corner.
only area of concern is like the alpha side.
O'Connor skates it free.
Right above
Gains
where
the
the
zone.
where that those hose lines were going in.
Return from McLaughlin. Gates pitches it up the glass. It's out all the way down. And the Savage pack to pick it up. As we approach 4.5 minutes
I guess
gone by
that's
the
that,
second.
chat. Nothing more I can do. We fought the fires. We freaking did the space thing. We stopped the war. We did everything, dude.
Finds the trailer. And Sandheim lost it to Jack Hughes.
We did everything in this thing.
On the breakaway. Missed the net with the backhander. It looked like he had
We
Vladar
pretty much
committed.
saved the whole freaking day, bro.
Luke Hughes, the intercept. Centering pass, no. Forster, odd man rush for the Flyers. Back the other way.
We pretty much
Drops one.
freaking.
In the slot, play to Cedrus. Throws.
No one can do it like this. Great job, chat. Pat yourselves on the back.
Give
Excellent job,
Zegras an
everybody.
assist. And the Flyers have a 3-goal
Look
lead.
at walk my dogs. Oh, that should be it. You gotta never get tired of winning, baby. You know what I mean? We freaking did it, guys. Never get
What
tired
an
of
attempt
winning.
by the Devils here. And Payne at one end
I don't know
has
how we're gonna
Grant
celebrate
unable to
this one.
convert
We
on the
pretty much
breakaway.
did it all.
And coming the other way are
We
the
did it all.
Flyers. What a slap pass by Zegras.
Up, we already
Forster,
beat the
who scores
content.
in
Well, we finished the
bunches.
content thing
The
game. We didn't
recipient
beat it.
of this slap pass. Here come the Flyers, and really good job using the width of the ring, spreading them out. Michkov starting that up high.
Great job today.
Engineering the
Great
play
job,
over to
guys.
Zegras,
Good job,
and Forster
24.
makes no mistake. The Flyers strike again. 4-1, Philadelphia.
Yo, I didn't step into this freaking batter's box.